I think we're live. Yeah! Hey, everybody. We're going on our way. I know I already got a review copy of the game, but we're getting every single edition that I can pick up for Marvel Spider-Man. Of course, my mom's right here driving us towards GameStop and everything. And of course, if you don't know, she's the amazing person who's been at my side and supporting me every step of the way with my journey with YouTube and everything. And every time you saw me doing an interview, besides the one with Yuri Lowenthal at Comic-Con, she was the one recording each time, and she's the best. And we're driving towards GameStop right now to get the Collector's Edition, Collector's Box, and the PS4 Pro Bundle. I have the game as a review copy, but I want to get all those editions, and we're going to there right now. If there's any interference, it's because we might be driving through a tunnel and the connection is a bit weird, and it's also pretty dark out, so we may have to make sure that it's not like too dangerous or anything, but I think we'll be fine. But oh my god, you guys, it's actually here. I just finished watching the live stream too from PlayStation, where they had a launch party pretty much of the game. They talked to Brian, Bill, Jacinda, John, Yuri Lowenthal, Stephen O. Young, Erica Lembeck, who's the voice actress for Black Cat. And that one, the John Paisano trailer too, with showing how the music was made. Oh my god, you guys, it was too much, honestly. And just being able to go and get it now after 2 years of waiting, it's finally here, and the journey that we've all been on together is amazing. I can't wait to see your guys' reaction when finding the Spidey Squad Easter egg that's in the game. Again, I'm so beyond honored that they actually put the Spidey Squad in Spider-Man PS4. Again, this
Congratulations, Spidey Squad! So exciting.
What was your reaction? Because this was something we knew back in February, that Jacinda Chu and I were messaging each other back and forth in Twitter about, that she offered, like, oh, Evan, who makes your logo for the Spidey Squad? Like, oh, that would be Spidey Bugle. Spidey Bugle made the logo for the Spidey Squad, the cool little pin that you see in the game. And she messaged me saying, oh, cool, well, don't freak out, but we want to put you as an Easter egg in the game. And this was all the way back in February, when I just reached over, like, 10,000 plus, maybe like 13,000 plus subscribers, and they care about the fans that much that they were willing and wanting to do that for the Spidey Squad and for all the fans out there. And it's actually crazy. It's insane. But what was your reaction seeing it for the first time? Like, it was a pin, because we just have a logo. It's like a logo that we just have that's like, it's a cool 2D little art, like it's a circle with webs and Spidey Squad in bold font. But they made it into a pin, and not only that, but Yuri Lowenthal as Spider-Man himself talks about the Spidey Squad in Spider-Man PS4, meaning that the Spidey Squad is in the Spider-Man PS4 universe. What was your thought? I mean, you guys saw my reaction. That was my first time seeing it. I knew that was going to be in the game, and Brian Intihar himself was trying to show me what it was. At E3 2018, when we were playing the game together, he was trying to show me the backpack, and he was trying to show me that it was the pin for the Spidey Squad, but it was something else. But what was your reaction, Mom, seeing it for the first time, with seeing it what it was?
Live on the coast in California, I either thought, well, when Evan just thundered into my bedroom in the middle of the night and demanded that I get up, I thought, well, it's either an earthquake or you found the backpack with the Spidey Squad icon in it. And my first reaction was just pure joy for Evan and the Spidey Squad and what it was going to mean to everybody. But simultaneously, it was just the brilliance of the idea of this pin that was so beautifully rendered. And I said, oh my gosh, it looks like such an authentic enamel pin.
It's amazing.
And I said, look at how the letters are even raised on it, and it was so detailed.
Like, even when you rotate it, the lighting of it is like reflective and shows the shine of it. Like,
that's an enamel finish.
It's too much.
It
was too crazy.
Really impressed, and to see how much care and thought and detail was put into that pin really was moving, and that really touched me. I just thought, wow, what a act of love from Insomniac to show that they care that much, and in their way just acknowledge the dedication that you've had, Evan, and the love and the passion you've had for this game, you know, from all this time. And so it was a fun and exciting moment, and I think we sat there glued to each other's shoulders like 2 inches from the screen, replaying it at least 5 times, and just hearing Spider-Man, aka Yuri Lowenthal,
exactly,
you know, talk about what his one and only fan club meant to him. And that was a pretty, I don't know, I told Evan there's been a couple other really special moments in my life, but one of them was the day he was born, but that was one of them, because I'm so proud of Evan, I'm so proud of you, and I'm just so excited for everyone that's such a big fan for this game, and the love and passion that everybody embraces with this character and the game. It's just so exciting. So yeah, what a moment.
Because we played the game, or I played the game, but we saw the whole like story of it together, so my mom knows how it ends and what happens in the story. And without spoiling anything, just what's your take on the game, like for like how the game, like the story wise, with the characters and the performances from Yuri as Spider-Man and Steven as Mr. Negative, and Peter's mentor, we won't spoil for you guys who you may not know, but what was your, like, with the story? Because we were waiting, like, for, you know, this game and everything, and of course, like, in Insomniac we trust, because we know they're going to do a great job, but then seeing what they did in the game, what was your thoughts? Because I love it, and you saw that in my review, but without talking about spoilers, what was your thoughts? You know,
as speaking from a non-gamer standpoint, because even though I live with an amazing professional level gamer, I've never learned how to use a controller. I just watch on the sidelines when I have a chance. So for me, I was just so absorbed in the story. It was really fun, and it was really just such an immersive experience, and the characters were so authentic, and the storyline was so layered that you just felt so much like you could just sit and watch it. You didn't have to feel like you got kind of burnt out on gameplay. It was just such an interesting layered story with the characters developed so well.
Absolutely. It didn't feel like it dragged on or anything, and it didn't feel like, oh, the story is the worst part about it, because that is one flaw that some people say about Insomniac games, is that they don't have too good of stories. Like, they think that the narratives that they tell in, like, Ratchet and Clank or even Sunset Overdrive, they thought they were bad or, like, subpar. Not the case at all with this game, even though, like, we can't talk too much about it because it goes into spoiler territory.
You know, I think I used the word cinematic when we were watching it. I said it's so cinematic, just amazing detail with all the development and all these different areas of development, with shading and lighting.
The art team
did
a fantastic job, specifically with that part that you love so much at the end of the game. That was fantastic, because how they handled the design of how the characters look and how everything just morphs beautifully into the narrative, and also going with the visual, you know, detail of Spider-Man's suit, the city, the citizens of the city, the combat itself, how that visually looks, like the other suits themselves, even though I mainly wore the advanced suit the whole game, but
very seamless. Everything is so just authentic and very natural, realistic. The lighting, everything feels incredibly seamless. Like, it's just this kind of amazing orchestration of all the different people involved with the game development, and it just kind of comes together in this beautiful, seamless symphony of gaming, you know, from the music to the story to the art, and
it's incredible.
Just very fun, you know. I think that for a game, when people are waiting for this action and all these other things they're waiting for, you know, these fights they're going to do, the boss fights and all these suits and all these things.
Absolutely, with the boss fights.
It might be easy to get lost in that idea of, oh, you know, I can't. that, you know, where's the, you know, how good is the fighting? But
Yeah.
you have to really, in this particular game, because I think I've seen my share of games with Evan, there's so much more to it, and I really give them kudos for really going into depth with this whole genre and the character.
They nailed it. Like, the writers of the game, John Paquette, Ben Arfman, and Christos Gage, are, and I said this on Twitter, they're narrative geniuses. How they handle the story of this game. How, again, it's a Peter that we know and we're familiar with because he's been Spider-Man for a while and he knows how to use his powers, that we know, we've seen that Spider-Man before, but it's a Peter who has a job as a scientist, not at the Daily Bugle. It's a Peter that really cares about doing the right thing, of course, but also, like, is more, like, human and more, like, not more relatable, but just more on that, like, sympathetic side of, like, the Parker Luck, like, oh no, the bad Parker Luck, like, oh no, Peter Parker can never get a break. But how they handle it in this game with his story and his moments in the game where you'll play as Peter and you'll see the certain cutscenes that he has in the game with certain characters like Aunt May and Miles and MJ. It's fantastic. And the whole cast, Yuri Lowenthal, I mean, him as Peter, what do you think? Just, I mean, there's been tons of other people that have played Spider-Man, but Yuri, oh my God.
Yeah, he's perfect. It's just
He's
a very immersive.
The best.
And, you know, John Bubniak was the perfect choice
I
for
know.
the character model.
John Bubniak.
He looks just like Peter Parker should look at 23.
Mm-hmm.
And just a very, he has a presence, John Bubniak's, you know, features, they have a kind of, what's the word, like solemn or something like that, kind
right.
of, you know, a little understated emotionally, and
yeah, more refined.
It's perfect. Well, not refined, but it's kind of like a low key emotional vibe you get from John.
Yeah, especially with the certain facial cues that happen when Peter's in the game doing some certain stuff, which I won't spoil, but it got to me in my soul during certain moments after waiting for 2 years and seeing the performances of these characters and the voice actors is fantastic.
Yeah. So, you know, your question about Yuri, it's like this perfect merging between the character model and Yuri Lowenthal voicing the character. It's perfect, and you needed someone like Yuri with that kind of level of experience to be able to pull it off with the level of what they needed on both sides. And I love how he was able to, as Spider-Man, still be himself. Certain times when he was using his cell phone, needed to talk to his aunt,
right,
MJ, and then it was more Peter coming through. But I think you need a lot of experience to be able to do that. It's something that came across supernatural, very natural. So that shows he had a lot of experience, and the sound of his tone of his voice is perfect for Peter.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because Peter in the game is 23, but then Yuri is 46, I think. He's literally double the age of Peter, but yet he sounds so youthful with his
California
voice.
living.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the healthy coastal lifestyle, baby.
Right.
A lot of green juices.
Surf and turf, yeah.
Yeah, so, no, actually, I think that's part of it, you know. He has a youthfulness about him, and, you know, I think he's just
I won't spoil it,
choice.
but my favorite scenes in the game with Peter, no spoilers again, is Peter with his mentor, who I won't say, but the mentor of Peter, because they say that Peter has a mentor at his workplace. Easily the best moments of the game. Every time they're together, it's fantastic, and it's literally my favorite part about the story was every time that they were interacting with each other. And then, of course, Aunt May as well, being super, like, the most kind-hearted person for Peter, like, the only person left in Peter's family, I guess, besides MJ. But, I don't know, just Aunt May herself with her performance was fantastic.
Yeah, super. So much fun. And I feel like I haven't even seen it, really, because I've only seen bits and pieces.
Right.
It's a super immersive experience, and it's something I think you can really keep playing and playing and playing and keep discovering more and more.
It truly never gets old, you guys.
You know, I haven't barely scratched the surface
absolutely
of really seeing this game.
Because I had the review copy granted from Sony and PlayStation and Insomniac and Marvel, and I played the game on Spectacular. Like, all the review footage that you saw was me playing the game on Spectacular. But I'm just so naturally in tune with Spider-Man games, and they're like my favorite type of game to play, are superhero-related games, like either the Arkham games or Spider-Man games, that I wasn't trying to speedrun the game. I just naturally played the game like 24/7. Like, I woke up at 7 a.m. and then went to bed at like 4 a.m. playing the game nonstop to get footage for the review, but also because I was playing it for fun and just was so immersed within the story and the context of these characters and what they did in the narrative aspects. And I didn't really try my hardest to like, oh, I gotta beat this like right now, I gotta get to the end of the game right now. I was just playing it for fun, and I just so happened to beat it within the span of like 3.5 days or so. But it's not that the game's short, it's that there's a lot to do, but it's so you'll get lost in the game is what I'm saying. Like, with all the activities that you can do, the side missions, the main story missions, the collectibles, the backpacks, and just everything is fantastic. And we're here at First Stop because we have to go to 2 different GameStops to pick up the PS4 Pro, the collector's edition, and then the collector's box, which is the merch box filled with like the backpack and stuff. So
let's see how all this works.
Yeah, we gotta.
I think they let us in at the mall now.
Yeah, now we're getting into the mall. By the way, I got a new shirt, everybody. It's the Insomniac logo with Spider-Man carrying an inner demon, like the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover. It's awesome. And I also see that Amazing Lucas is streaming now too. So Lucas, dude, if you're watching, enjoy it, man. I hope you get the game and then you play, because I know everyone would love to see your reaction. But yeah, we are in a very empty mall lot right now, parking lot with no one around. But yeah, and we also brought my PlayStation to try and trade it in for the PS4. The Spider-Man one. Let's see.
You're gonna get your thing. Get the box.
I
am not sure
this
how
giant
we
package.
even get in. If this is an entrance, we'll have to check.
I have like I've been like a trader, you guys, because I had the Batman PS4 from Arkham Knight when that game first came out, the bundle, and I have it in here right with all the like wires and the controller and stuff. But yeah, it may actually seem like the mall is closed, which is a bit strange.
It is, but it is, except for GameStop.
Except for GameStop, so that's a good sign. Let's see.
That's what I'm wondering.
What's that? Oh wow, really? It's locked from the inside
we have
too.
To go around the other side,
Okay.
I think.
So we're gonna take a detour, you guys.
That's what we have to figure out the entrance.
I know. That's why it's live. Nothing goes unsurfaced. Let's see. See, we're doing this flat out live right now, you guys. No worries. It's half the fun. At least if this was me getting it like the first day without having played the game beforehand, I would probably be like, oh my god, why are we not like playing it right now? But at least I played the whole game, 100% completion, and I still need to get some little secret photo icons to get the ESU Peter suit, but overall with the main story and main side missions and main collectibles, I got everything. But I know there's a new suit where like Peter's wearing his Empire State University clothes with the Spider-Man mask on, which is awesome. But yeah, just being able to do that is fantastic, like as a collectible that they have. Whew. A little spooky that it's pretty much empty. Oh man. Whew. Let's see. Empty mall. Literally like no people in here, which is a little creepy. Really echoey too, so that's also a problem. But at least I got my microphone attached to my phone that I used during Comic-Con. So that's why, hopefully, if you can hear me properly, that's because the microphone's attached. Oh man. Yeah, really, really abandoned over here, and lots of dirty floors too. But yeah, man, again, like being able to have access to just be able to purchase all the items. Like, I know you guys out there like the super collectibles with the collector's edition, collector's box, the Funkos. I need that soundtrack too, by the way, the vinyl record. I still haven't pre-ordered it because I've been so occupied, but when they do have it, or when I have free time, I mean, I'm definitely gonna pre-order it. Oh man. But yeah, empty mall. Very strange, but I think we're getting a bit closer to GameStop. One of two stops. We gotta go to one GameStop first, and then we gotta go to another one, which has the collector's edition and the collector's box. And the PS4 Pro is by itself, I think, in one area specifically.
How late are they open?
I'm not too sure.
Escalator.
See, we're walking up the escalator right now, which is not moving, which is really strange. Don't worry, we don't live in like the Twilight Zone or anything, but it's just
closed.
Yeah, the mall is closed, but dang, they literally shut down like almost everything pretty much.
Is the GameStop open?
Oh man. Are they open? Yes, good, they are open. Awesome. Because they had a midnight launch for God of War and I think Detroit, so it only makes sense that they would have one for Spider-Man. Honestly, like, I think, again, the whole debate, will Spider-Man sell more than God of War? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I think it will. Honestly, all the passion that they have for the character, Insomniac and all that, it's definitely going to outsell God of War, in my opinion. And we made it, finally, with actual lights and not anything abandoned. Let's see. Great.
Do you want to stop it?
No, we're going to keep going. Yeah. Here to pick up the Spider-Man, like, is it the PlayStation 4 Pro?
Yeah.
Which we'll see. Can we check? Huh? Oh, really? All right. Well, guys, we might end the stream here, but I'll be right back in just a bit, so stay tuned.